Space croutons!
Well, hello, Sally. I can't wait to find out if I solve the case.
Hello, Curdy. I'm sure you and our listeners are anxious to see what happens next.
Do we need to do a commercial, or can we get right to the meat of the story?
I think that we can jump right in, Curdy. At least as soon as the director is ready.
3, 2, 1, action.
Good evening. My name is Abraham, and I have something to share with everyone. What you see before you, as gruesome as it may seem, is for your entertainment. A terrible thing has happened here tonight, and I need each of you to help find the guilty party. As I'm sure you're aware, no one has entered or left during the past 15 minutes. So it's safe to assume that the guilty party is still in the car. And as I can most assuredly vouch for my innocence, that only leaves one of you at the table as the guilty party. Having said that, I would like to welcome everyone to tonight's Murder on the Oreo Express.
What? Shush.
There are various clues scattered around the car, and if you'll look underneath the chair that you now occupy, you'll find the character details and alibi for each of you. Show no one your card. Guard your secrets and enjoy playing detective. We'll be pulling into the station in about an hour. You'll have until then to identify the killer and hand him or her over. Good luck.
One by one, we all reached underneath the chairs, pulling out a single envelope each. One by one, we opened our envelopes, and each began reading. As we all finished, one by one, we reinserted the card back into our envelope and deposited it into a pocket or purse. And then we just all looked at each other, waiting for a reaction.
Well, as my partner was rather fond of saying, this is a fine mess.
Might I add that I was and still am a big fan, Stan.
Okay, I'm going out on a limb here and start the discussion. I'm pretty sure that each set of instructions were very similar. Don't volunteer any information. Keep everything close. So maybe the first thing to do is search for clues.
But we should search in teams to make sure nobody tampers with the clues.
I agree. I'm a big fan of Matlock and Kathy Bates. We have to preserve the integrity of the scene.
Agreed. I would also propose that we split up so that no team is composed of people that travel together to rule out accomplices.
I don't know about that. Are you sure it's necessary?
It'll be okay, sis.
Okay, count me in.
Okay, might I suggest that we go around the table and team up with the person on either side of you? It is not the person that you traveled with. Sam, you and Joanne. Pam, you and Stan. Jan, you and Fran.
And what about you, Max? Which team are you on?
I could sit this one out.
Nonsense.
Didn't you say that you worked in law enforcement?
Not exactly.
That's right. I think you should definitely be on the team.
Absolutely. In that case, here's what I propose. Each team take out a coin and we'll match. Whoever the odd man out is, I'll be on that team. That way, no favorites or appearances of rigging the system. Agreed?
Sounds good.
Count us in.
This is fun.
All right, let's see them.
Heads.
Tails.
Tails.
Max, heads win.
Almost a headroom. And I suggest that after searching for clues, we all meet back here at the table and reveal all the clues to each other, as well as ask each other questions. I think it's safe to say the bartender is in the clear.
Let's not rule out anybody.
That's right. Nobody has been eliminated yet.
Let's find some clues.
I glanced at the clock on the wall. We had 49 minutes left. Sam and Joanne moved over to the bar and began chatting with the bartender, and Pam and Stan began examining the other tables, chairs, and such. Jan, Fran, and I moved towards the body, and even though the corpse was covered in fake blood, it was too real for Jan to get too close. As Fran and I bent over the body, Jan noticed something.
What's that sticking out from his pants leg?
I lifted the pant leg and at his ankle found a knife scabbard. He has a knife. Upon further examination, however, I found it empty. No knife.
Is this the knife that belongs in that scabbard?
She was pointing at the knife. I'm quite sure that was fake, and that seemed to be protruding from his chest. It would appear so.
Killed with his own knife?
Or suicide?
What about the wound on his arm?
Oh, right. Are we sure it's a knife wound?
I have to keep reminding myself this isn't real.
But it looks so realistic.
Tell me, ladies, is there anything else that stands out? Any other clues?
There's a notepad and a pen in the pocket of his vest.
Isn't that the pad he used to take our order?
Should we look at it just the same?
Well, you're probably right.
Fran reaches into the waiter's pocket and briskly removes the pad, handing it to me.
Here you go.
I open the pad and see the handwriting on lined paper detailing our order that he took us from what seems like eons ago. Flipping through the pages revealed nothing. It seems like an ordinary pad, but as I was looking...
There's something on the back.
Turning over the pad, I saw the printed lines, which read, I wave my hands on your hand day and night. If I wave too slowly, I'll soon be put right. I had a pretty good idea of where we were being led, but I thought I'd let it simmer a few.
Waving hands?
It's a watch.
Very good, Jan.
Well, check him for a watch.
Fran is already kneeling beside the waiter and immediately looks down at his outstretched left arm, the unbloodied one.
He's wearing a watch.
As most people still wear a watch on their non-dominant arm, this seemed normal. Do you know anything different about it?
Nope. Just a watch from what I can see.
Don't you think we should examine it?
Yeah, probably.
As Fran removes the waiter's watch, I notice that Sam and Joanne are examining the door at the end of the car, and Pam and Stan have now engaged the bartender in conversation.
There's an inscription on the back.
What does it say?
All my love, baby.
Well, I think that rules out a graduation present.
As Fran replaces the watch. Anything else, ladies?
I don't think so, Max.
I would like to ask the bartender about the lights.
Let's ask him. We move towards the bar and speak to the bartender. Pam, Stan, Sam, and Joanne all move to the center of the room, encircling the waiter.
Can you tell us about the lights? Who turned them off?
Of course, I turned them off.
You turned them off? Why?
I was asked to.
Can you tell us who asked you?
Of course. It was Cam.
Cam?
Our waiter. He told me there was to be a birthday celebration. We actually bring out a cake with candles for the celebration and like to turn the lights off for effect.
So he wanted the lights off.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, one more thing.
Yes.
Have you ever seen that knife before? Maybe in the kitchen or lying about?
Can't say that I have. No, I haven't seen it until tonight.
Okay, thank you. Ladies, anything else?
Did Cam mention whose birthday it was?
I think he pointed toward the young man next to the blonde on the far side of the table. But I could be wrong. I wasn't really listening.
Interesting.
Then let's join the others back at the table. As we moved back to the table, I noticed that everyone had taken their seats and were actively engaging in conversation.
The gang's all here.
What did you guys find out?
Well, we found out our waiter's name is Cam.
Yep.
Us too.
And he carried a knife.
Like from the kitchen?
No, as a weapon.
What kind?
Of that, we're unsure. You see, he had a knife scabbard under his pant leg near his ankle.
A scabbard?
Yes, it was empty, and the knife is missing.
Do you think it's the same knife? You know, the murder weapon?
Let's assume for a moment that it is. Then the killer would need intimate knowledge of where the knife was located and somehow gain access to it, all in a very short time frame.
Doesn't seem very probable, does it?
No, it doesn't. Where is it then?
Let's come back to that.
Okay. What else did you find out?
There was a riddle written on his notepad.
The notepad he used to take our order?
The riddle went something like, I wave my hands on your hand day and night, and if I wave too slow, I'll soon be put right.
Very good memory, Jan.
Thank you. Anyway, the riddle pointed us to another clue.
And that was?
His watch.
And what was the clue? Takes a licking and keeps on ticking?
Not even close. There was an inscription on the back.
All my love, baby.
So he was involved in a very serious relationship.
Was he married?
No rings on his fingers at all.
One more thing. The bartender turned off the lights.
Yeah, something about a birthday celebration.
He said the waiter asked him to turn them off.
Do you believe him?
No reason not to. At least at this point.
Okay, what did you guys find out?
Well, we checked the tables and chairs for other envelopes.
You know, like the ones that were under our chairs.
Let me guess. You didn't find any, did you?
Not a one. Whoever planned this knew just what they were doing. At least as far as we're all concerned.
We checked the doors. We wanted to make sure that if anyone tried to enter or leave the car, we would have known.
And what did you find?
Well, not only do the doors at both ends of the car make a distinctive click when opened or closed, they also automatically turn on the exterior light over the doorway outside the car. I'm sure we'd have seen the light if it had come on.
Did you verify that the lights are working?
Sam checked them.
So it's safe to say the guilty party is still in this car.
I'd vouch for that.
Anything else?
Well, we spoke to the bartender as well. He gave us the same story about the birthday celebration and the lights.
Did anyone ask the bartender about the knife?
Didn't think to.
He told us that he'd never seen it before.
Do you believe him?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, that does it for the clues. How about we go around the table and tell each other a little bit about ourselves, at least what the envelope led us to reveal. I can go first.
Oh, that's right. We'd better get moving if we're going to finish this before we get to the station.
And cut for commercial.
Another commercial? This is almost as bad as a rerun of Gilligan's Island.
Another commercial, Curdy. The story is very good, don't you think? Tell me, have you figured out who did it?
Well, can't you tell, Sally? It's obvious to even the most casual observer. The butler did it in the hallway with the revolver.
Maybe you're reaching a bit on that one, Curdy. What would your dad say?
Well, he would say, keep your eye on the ball and wait for your pitch.
Excuse me?
Oh, it's baseball season, and his vocabulary always shifts with the seasons.
Seasons?
You know, fall, winter, baseball, mosquito, hurricane, football. Seasons.
Right.
Can we get back to the story now?
Yes, I think we've had enough seasonal activity for now.
3, 2, 1, action.
Okay, that does it for the clues. How about we go around the table and tell each other a little bit about ourselves, at least what the envelope led us to reveal. I can go first.
Oh, that's right. We'd better get moving if we're going to finish this before we get to the station.
Okay, my name is Max, and I'm traveling alone. I'm a self-taught mystery solver, mostly detective novels, crime shows, and fancy myself quite the puzzle solver. I travel a lot and love to meet new people and see new places. I lived in New York for a time. I tried my hand at writing, but it didn't pan out for me.
Hi, my name is Pam. I'm from New York City. I'm originally from the West Coast, but live in New York now. I'm studying to become an actress. I've done a few off-Broadway shows and hoping to get my big break and do Broadway or even movie in Hollywood land. Oh, and I'm engaged to Sam. We haven't set a date yet.
Hello, everyone. As you might have guessed, I'm Sam. Pam and I are engaged. She finally said yes. I can't tell you how lucky I am. I'm in sales, marketing actually, and work for an advertising firm in New York. I'm an exercise buff and work out religiously every day that I can.
Hi, I'm Fran. It's weird how the card said to use our real names, isn't it? Maybe it's easier for everyone to remember, huh? Anyway, I'm a school teacher in a small southern town and live alone. I've been to New York several times and always love seeing the sights, taking in a show or two. Oh, and ever since 9/11, I'm deathly afraid of flying. So I always take the train.
Okay, I'm a security exchange broker. I live on the West Coast but travel to New York frequently for business. My hobbies include music, reading, and community theater. I just got out of a relationship about a year ago, and according to my therapist, I'm doing remarkably well.
I guess everyone knows that I'm Stan. I'm retired now. I worked in show business for many years, both in New York and the West Coast. I do have a confession to make. I knew our waiter, Cam. He was once engaged to my niece Anne. He broke it off about a year ago and broke her heart after taking most of her savings for acting lessons. I swore I'd never forgive him for hurting her like that. He said that he had found someone better and wished only the best for her before disappearing. How cruel can someone be? I mean, really?
Hi, I'm Jan. I have a secret to tell as well. I've known our waiter for a number of years. I met him in New York. He was working on Wall Street at the time and convinced me to invest in penny stocks to the tune of $50,000. It was most of my life savings. But his charm won me over. Well, you can probably guess the rest. They could never prove it, but I suspect Cam was taking money from a lot of accounts and using it to support his lifestyle. About 2 years ago, he lost his license, and I lost track of him. Of course, I didn't want to have anything to do with him ever again.
All right, now, if no one cares to confess, I think we can open up the table for questions. Who would like to start?
I'll start. Stan, you said that your niece Anne was engaged to Cam and that you despised him for hurting her.
That's right. I believe loathed is a better word.
Loathed. Okay. Did you hate him enough to kill him?
Absolutely, but it seems that someone else took care of it first.
Do you own a knife, Stan?
Yes, I am an avid outdoorsman. I hunt and fish. I have several knives, but I've never harmed anyone, much less someone who deserved it so much.
Jan, you say that you knew Cam from years ago.
Yes, he was my financial advisor. He told me he worked on Wall Street.
And he convinced you to invest in stocks?
Yes, penny stocks. He said that the potential for return was much higher in those funds.
How much?
All told, it was over $50,000.
Your life savings?
Almost all of it.
And there was nothing you could do?
Well, not legally. Nothing was ever proven. He basically just walked away.
But he lost his license?
They say he didn't fill out the proper paperwork to document the transactions. Imagine that. Of course he didn't. If he had, he could go to jail. It was his word against mine. I'll never be that trusting again.
You mentioned there was nothing legally you could do. What did you want to do?
Him rotting in jail would be a good start.
Max, tell us about your time in New York. I think this is a common thread we should pull on. What did you do there? I believe you said something about writing.
That's right. I tried to write.
Why New York? What were you writing?
I tried to make it as a playwright.
Were you successful?
Obviously not.
I see. Tell us, did you know Cam? Have you ever met him?
Yes, I knew Cam. He auditioned for a play I had written.
Auditioned? Was he cast?
Well, yes.
You paused. Is there something else?
Actually, yes. He was cast as an extra in a crowd, no speaking lines, but we also utilized him as an understudy.
An understudy? For a major role?
Yes.
And what happened?
About a week after we opened off-Broadway, the lead actor was involved in a tragic hit-and-run, breaking his legs and sending him to the hospital for a few weeks, and then on for extensive rehabilitation.
Did he move into the lead?
He did not.
Why not?
The producers went a different direction and hired a former Broadway actor and gave him the role. The gentleman was a true professional and stepped into the role almost seamlessly and with very little interruption to the schedule.
How'd he take it?
Never saw him again. He quit.
How did the play do?
We'll never know. Almost immediately after the reopening, the theater burned to the ground in the middle of the night. The producers took this as a sign, pulled the plug on the show. We never made it to Broadway.
You couldn't reproduce the show somewhere else?
The producers own the rights. I said goodbye to New York and haven't written anything since.
Do you blame Cam for the fire?
Well, let's just say it would be hard to write a more believable ending.
Joanne, did you say that you were a broker?
That's right. I'm a broker in L.A.
And you traveled to New York on business?
Yes, I travel there quite a lot. I'm a fan of the arts, and though L.A. has cultural diversity, New York feels more like home. It's all glitz and glamour in L.A.
Can you tell us if you had a connection with Cam? Have you met him before our trip tonight?
Yes, I knew Cam. We met at a conference in L.A. a few years ago.
Was this a strictly professional relationship?
At first, yes, but it quickly turned into more than that. I fell for him. I fell for him hard.
What happened? I started seeing red flags, you know.
Red flags?
Just little things at first. You know, private phone calls, text messages, that sort of thing. But then they got bigger.
Like what?
Like he could only see me at conferences, or if he visited L.A. He was very secretive about his work and about where he lived. It got to the point where it was hard to believe him anymore. There was always an excuse for me not to be able to visit him.
How did it end?
He disappeared one day, changed his phone number, just vanished. I joked with my friends that he had gone into the witness protection program and was hiding from the mafia. I could only be honest with my therapist. I was hurt, embarrassed, and felt used.
Did he ever take money from you?
He tried to convince me to invest a few times, but I guess my knowledge of the market wasn't something he had planned on. I had ways to verify his claims and called him on it a few times. He just blew it off and went on to another subject each time.
Sam, did you say you were newly engaged?
Yeah, Pam and I got engaged about a month ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And can you tell us if you've ever met Cam before tonight?
I can tell you with complete certainty that before tonight, I'd never laid eyes on Cam.
Are you quite sure?
Completely.
How long have you lived in New York?
For about 5 years now.
Do you attend the theater there?
Only when Pam appears, she's my number one star. I'd do anything for that lady.
You're quite smitten with her, aren't you?
It's easy to see why.
Okay, Fran, do you travel to New York very often?
Every chance I get.
And did you know Cam?
Yes, I met Cam about 6 months ago, here on this very train.
Can you tell us about it?
I was traveling alone, and he started a conversation with me one afternoon at the bar.
Was he the bartender?
No, I'm not sure if he was even working here or not. He seemed like just another passenger to me. Anyway, we chatted for an afternoon, had a couple of drinks, and that was it.
Nothing else?
No, nothing else. I started to pick up some bad energy from him. You know, the stay away from this guy kind of energy.
Lucky you. Sometimes you don't see until it's too late.
Well, this time I listened to my gut and walked away.
We've all had that opportunity when we should have listened to our gut, but...
Pam, let her finish.
I'm sorry. Please finish.
I was just going to say that I have a pretty good sense when it comes to strangers, and this time I was right.
Have you seen Cam since that afternoon on the train? Had any contact with him at all?
Well, he called a few times and sent some texts trying to get me to talk, but I never answered any of them. He eventually quit trying. Was a bit shocked to see him here today, but I'm not sure if he even remembered me. From what I've heard around the table, he had a pretty active social life.
That's an understatement.
Okay, that leaves Pam. First, congratulations on your engagement.
Thank you.
Did you know Cam?
We briefly worked on a production together a year or so ago.
Did you two date?
Not each other, never. We hung out from time to time. We got to know each other, but we never dated, no.
Were you aware of his previous relationships?
Not until tonight.
Are you sure he never mentioned his past?
Never came up.
How long have you been in New York?
All my life, born and raised.
Really?
Proud New Yorker.
And no other interactions with Cam?
Nope.
All right then, where are we?
And cut for commercial.
Okay, Sally. I'd like to revise my accusation, as they call it.
Really, Curdy? And what changed your mind?
Well, it's obvious. Do I have to spell it out for you?
What's that?
Why, the murder weapon, of course. It was the knife.
Do you mean the one sticking out of the waiter's chest? Do you think that was the cause of death?
Yep, pretty sure it was the knife.
You're not related to Sherlock Holmes, are you, Curdy?
Well, I'd have to check with my dad. I know we have a lot of cousins and a great-grandpappy or two that we don't talk about anymore.
You don't say?
No, we don't say much about them anymore. What's your prediction, Sally? Who do you think did it?
Well, I can tell you one thing that I'm pretty sure of.
And what's that?
I don't believe the butler did it.
3, 2, 1, action.
All right then, where are we?
Does anyone have any theories that they would like to put on the table? Kind of like a brainstorming session, where there's no wrong answers, just theories. Put them out there, see if they hold water, okay?
That sounds good. I have one if nobody else wants to go first. I think it's pretty solid, too.
Let's hear it.
Okay. I think all the signs point to a single person acting alone. I believe this person had ample opportunity to commit the crime, as well as the most intense motive of anybody here. In fact, this person openly admitted to despising Cam, and I believe would have gone to great lengths to plan and carry out this crime. I'm talking about none other than Stan. He said he loathed him, and that he deserved to die. He obviously took the knife from Cam and stabbed him with it when the lights went out.
He took the knife from Cam and then stabbed him? Is that what you're saying?
I don't see how someone can reach down into someone's pants leg and remove a knife from a scabbard.
Nope. Don't see how that could happen, Sam.
Okay. Who has a better idea?
What about this? Jan lost her life savings and wanted to see him rotting in jail. Not only that, but she said she was too good for him. It's obvious to me that she knew him better than she was telling us, and probably not only knew he carried a knife, but probably met up with him earlier today and discreetly took his knife from him without his knowledge, knowing that she'd have a chance to use it on him when the lights went out.
How did she know the lights were going to go out?
She probably told Cam to turn out the lights to celebrate a fake birthday.
You're crazy.
Just then, something clicked in my head. I slowly reached over and lightly took Jan's wrist and squeezed slightly. Very good, Pam, but there's a lot of supposition there. Let's see if there's anything else, and then maybe we can circle back to this one. Pam continued to stare at Jan with one of those I'm going to get you looks.
Gladly.
What about you, Max?
Me?
Yeah, you, Max. You moved to New York to become a playwright. Cam ended your career single-handedly. I would say there's plenty of motivation, don't you?
You've got the same problem, Sam. How did he get the knife? It's not easy to pickpocket somebody's ankle.
Tell me something, Stan. Have you ever read Sherlock Holmes?
I have, Max. And some of the stories are quite challenging.
And do you remember what common theme Sherlock used to solve cases when all signs were pointing elsewhere?
I think he said, once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, no matter how improbable, must be the truth.
So, what is impossible?
Nobody could have removed Cam's knife without his knowledge.
Well, if nobody could have removed it during the struggle and used it against Cam, then that means that the knife used during the crime isn't Cam's either.
The bartender stated that he'd never seen the knife before, remember?
That's right. So, if that's not Cam's knife, where is it?
All right, we'll come back to that. As we went around the table tonight, it sounded like each of us had motives to varying degrees. That is, everyone except Sam. That in itself is a bit strange, but we'll circle back to that later. We haven't yet talked about the clues found on Cam's body, specifically the watch.
The inscription!
Yes, who exactly is Baby? Obviously, Cam and Baby felt very strongly towards each other. And feelings have a way of simmering under the surface and tend to boil over at the most inopportune of times.
Tell me about it.
What if Cam and Baby came face to face again, especially if they had parted less than amicably? And what if Cam found out that Baby had left him for another, and the other person was here as well? And what if the other person had a knife and was planning to remove Cam from the picture once and for all?
Why would Cam need to be removed?
Because he knew too much.
What did he know?
He knew the truth, and that could ruin someone's career if it ever came out. Someone whose career is skyrocketing, and they were afraid that once the truth was known, it would be over.
Okay, Max, you're going to have to fill in the blanks. What truth?
Pam, would you like to fill in the blanks?
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about.
Very well. Remember when Pam was telling us about herself, newly engaged? She said that she wanted to make it big, make it on Broadway, movies. Remember where?
West Coast?
Specifically?
Hollywood?
Actually, she said Hollywood Land.
So?
Hollywood hasn't been known as Hollywood Land for over 50, 60 years now. Only the old-timer locals know that phrase. It was used to help sell real estate back after World War II.
So she's from Hollywood. So what?
Makes it hard for her to get a job in New York, especially Broadway. She's been hiding it for her whole career. Remember, she said she was born and raised in New York. She had to. It's the best way to get an acting job there. I know. I've tried. Unsuccessfully, I might add. Pam, is this true?
Okay, it's true. I'm from Hollywood and I lied about it. That doesn't prove anything.
And what about earlier when you were asking Fran a question? Remember when Sam cut you off?
That's right.
What did Sam say?
He said to let her finish.
And what did he call her? Pam, what is Sam's pet name for you?
I call her Babe, not Baby.
Tell me something, Pam. If we were to go through Cam's wallet, maybe his apartment, would we find a picture of you?
Okay, Cam and I were an item for a while.
Did he know you were from Hollywood?
Yes, but that doesn't mean anything.
Was he blackmailing you, threatening to tell everyone about your origins?
Yes, he was so cruel.
Sam, did you know about this?
Yes, I knew, and I hated him for it. He kept her from agreeing to marry me until we paid him. So I scraped together the money and paid him.
I made him do it. I told Sam I couldn't marry him as long as we were slaves of Cam and that he had to do something to help me. But we didn't kill him.
No? Well, we have one more item to cross off the list. Cam's knife is missing. Ladies, empty your purses. Gentlemen, turn out your pockets. Whoever has the knife is guilty.
It's no use.
All right, here's the knife. Yes, we did it. And we would do it again. He deserved it. I didn't have a choice.
I can't believe you.
Cut! Wrap! Great job, everyone.
Whoa, Sally, that was some ending.
Well, Curdy, you're right. And I've got to hand it to you.
What's that, Sally?
They used the knife.
Well, I had that one all along. I should have switched to the dining room, though, huh?
Another obvious choice, Curdy.
Yes, but I'm still wondering where the butler came in.
Maybe we'll see him in another episode.
Maybe.
Is it time to say goodbye, Curdy?
It is? Well, thanks, everyone. It's time to wrap up another episode of Space Croutons. It's nice to see other planetary civilizations enjoying life and sharing laughter intergalactically. And I can't wait to see what may happen in our next adventure. As always, keep peace in your hearts until our next story time. And please keep an eye out for us on Facebook, Spotify, the World Wide Web, or anywhere your star-crossing vehicle of choice takes you.
I said cut!
Space Croutons is a work of original fiction. Similarities to persons, situations, or events, real or fictional, is coincidental and unintentional and could be fun. No animals were coerced, injured, starved, exploited, overworked, oppressed, abused, overburdened, or taken advantage of during this production, except for Ralph the Wonder Llama. Created and written by Jerry, Jace, John, Della, and Jeff Goodson. Episode story by John. Production by John. Featuring the voice talents of Barry, Jenna, John, Amanda, Jerry, Patsy, Jean, Shelby, and Jeff. Entire work copyright 2021 by Jeff, John, Jerry, Della, and Jace Goodson. This has been a Good Witch audio production.